Well, greetings and welcome to our devotional time. We are continuing our trek through Genesis, and we are at the Tower of Babel. And I found it interesting that this is the first and only town that I can find that God named. He named Babel or Babylon. The Lord named it. I don't know of any other place where that's the case here in our scriptures. We're not even told that He named the Garden of Eden. We're not told that God named the Promised Land, Israel, or the Holy City, Jerusalem. And so, in some sense, that makes this a very important event. I guess you could say that Babel would be this significant to be named by God. And Scriptures reports it this way in Genesis 11, verse 9. He named it Babel because this was the place where God confused the world's language. It was from there that God dispersed humanity over all the face of the earth. If the Lord names a city, there's a reason for it. The name means something, and the name is not just descriptive, it's prophetic, I think. So let's look a little more closely at the name the Lord chose for the city where humanity made its first attempt to build the tower, or the Hebrew's Migdal. The name Babel, if you have any kind of study guides with you, there's three Hebrew letters, and there's some significance there: Beit, Veit, and Lamed. And the Strong's Concordance, if you have that, is word 894. And it's pronounced Babel. That's kind of where we get our English Babel. This is a derivative of another Hebrew word, or has some roots in Balal. The Strong's Concordance, again, if you're looking at that, it's 1101. And it's defined as, so Babel has a root definition of a mix or a mingle, confuse, confound, it's translated that way, and sometimes anoint. In Exodus 29, it's used twice to describe the process of blending oil into wheat flour to make the leavened bread, in connection to the service table of the showbread. And in Hosea chapter 7, verse 8, it's used to describe how the exiles from the northern kingdom of Israel mixed with the nations around them. In Psalms 92, the word is used in verse 10, and it's translated anointed. I shall be anointed from fresh oil, is what the psalm says. And remember, I talk about the Hebrew language come out of a pictograph, hieroglyphic roots. And so there's some word pictures that can be painted with the letters there. And so, in a sense, so Babel, a Beit is a house. We've talked about this once before, like Bethel is a house of God. So the Beit is house, and of a family or a household. Beit Veit of discipline, and Lamed is a symbol of like discipline. And here's, and in a sense, a message that I kind of cringe to think about. The Lord is declaring that Babylon, this Babel, to be the location from which He will send forth a people who will discipline His chosen people. And this, of course, was first proven prophetic in the 6th century. And if you're following along in our Isaiah story, we've talked about this a little bit, and where Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, was raised up by the Lord to bring judgment on Israel on Judah and the southern kingdom, and to destroy its temple and to carry its people into captivity. So that's kind of in that word picture, a hard lesson to learn, but God will use these nations that surround Israel to discipline them and call them back into an obedience, walking with Him. And again, if you join us in our study in Isaiah, you find that very true. Several times that He's used that, and Babylon became a key to that I guess you'd say a recalling back to the roots for Jerusalem. Well, I'm going to stop there, and we'll continue looking at Babylon a little bit more as we move through our study of Genesis. And I trust that God will bless you this week as you move through the week and just find these wonderful opportunities that God will give you to bless others and to receive blessing from Him as well. I pray His peace will be with you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.